Well, my opponent here claims that our ships will, there's dangers of getting our oil from overseas, which, in fact, according to a lawyer, John Hawley, Esquire, most of our oil comes from our neighbors from either the north or the south in Canada or Mexico, and we don't import very meaningful qualities from Tunisia, Egypt, or Saudi Arabia. And even if we were to drill in the United States, our price of oil is determined not by our economy, but by the OPEC, which is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Companies, which would increase demand from China and other developing countries, and it would create instability in the Middle East. And whether we burn our domestic or foreign oil, the impact is the same. Like, the Gulf Coast is, it's in bad shape right now because of Exxon and Deepwater Horizon. And I don't know how much we can change from what's already happened out there. And while increased oil and gas drilling in the United States or in ANWR would it might create new good-paying jobs and reduce reliance on foreign oil and lower the trade deficit, it will hardly impact gas and oil prices. The amount of extra oil that could be produced from drilling in this country is tiny compared to what the world consumes. Tom Closod, chief oil analyst at the Oil Price Information Service, calculates gas prices for the motorist organization of AAA, and it's a simplistic way for a solution that doesn't exist. Production for oil isn't good anywhere, let alone the U.S. More production from anywhere would tend to lower prices, and said Adam Szymanski, chief energy economist at Deutsche Bank. With the amount that we're talking about domestically, it wouldn't move gas prices from $4 a gallon to $3 a gallon. We already overused oil already. According to a 2009 study from the government's EIA, opening up waters that are currently closed to drilling off the East Coast, West Coast, and the west coast of Florida would yield an extra 500,000 barrels a day by 2030, but the amount would, the world currently consumes 89 million barrels a day, and by then it will likely be using over 100 million barrels. Domestic oil is making gas prices go up, including liquids from natural gas, biofuels, and other products that are used to make gasoline. The United States now produces 9.7 million barrels of oil a day, according to the EIA. That's the most this country has pumped in 20 years, and it puts us just behind Saudi Arabia and Russia as the world's top producer. Our foreign oil dependency has even gone down. America's dependence on foreign oil has gone down every single year since President Obama has been in office. In 2010, we imported less than 50% of the oil our nation consumed. That's the first time that's happened in 13 years. And the trend continued in 2011. Our fossil fuels aren't enough to, we don't have more than, we have to do more now than drill and bring down prices for the future. Relying on fossil fuels of the last century won't be enough, especially as demand keeps increasing. And my opponent talked about disadvantages of drilling, or he talked about the advantages of drilling in the ANWR. As reported by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the caribou, which is the most important and populated fish in the area of ANWR, the population has declined since, and we haven't even drilled oil from there yet. The article states that a fundamental between the areas of the caribou and like where the Prudhoe Bay, which they inhabit, it decreases every year, even with the drilling not even commencing yet. And it will continue to commence if we do drill there.